Empire at the Brink. Unknown ship seen, no trace, no origin, and shockingly fast, Part 2. The Galactic Empire stretched across countless star systems, a massive web of planets, stations, and fleets. It had been a golden age of human achievement, but with expansion came strain. Communication lines were stretched, supply routes threatened, and distant colonies demanded more attention than the Empire could give. Yet, the people trusted the Empire's fleets. They were powerful, organized, and technologically advanced. That confidence, however, would soon be tested in ways no one had imagined. It began with a faint signal in the nebula sector. At first, it was dismissed as a glitch, a minor anomaly in the Empire's complex sensor network. But as the days passed, reports multiplied. A ship moving faster than anything known to the Empire, appearing briefly and disappearing without a trace. No life signs, no engine signatures, no markings of origin. The fleet commanders exchanged worried glances, unsure what to make of it. Commander Ilara Voss, stationed on the orbital command station Aurora, was among the first to notice a pattern. She was known for her sharp mind and unconventional thinking. While others panicked or called for defensive postures, she studied the reports carefully. Something about the ship's movements suggested intelligence, calculated, almost deliberate maneuvers. "This is no random anomaly," she said during a strategy meeting. "It's observing, testing, and it's faster than we can track with normal methods." The room was filled with high-ranking officers and advisors, most of them tense. Admiral Kor, a veteran with decades of service, leaned back in his chair. "Commander, we cannot chase what we cannot catch. The ship is already beyond our reach. What are you suggesting?" Ilara's eyes did not waver. "We study it, we understand it, we adapt. Humanity has faced unknowns before and survived. We cannot run from this. This is the challenge we were meant to face." The council murmured. Some nodded, others shook their heads. There was fear in the room, but also a spark of curiosity. Humanity had always thrived when others feared failure. In the following days, the Empire scrambled its fleets. Patrol ships swept the outer sectors, scanning every jump point and nebula cloud. Yet, every effort failed. The mysterious ship appeared and vanished as if it were a phantom. Drone probes sent to track it returned empty or were lost without explanation. Commanders whispered about the shadow ship, a name that quickly spread among the ranks. Ilara assembled a team of specialists, engineers, pilots, and scientists known for their creative problem-solving. Among them were Lieutenant Mara Jin, a pilot who could handle maneuvers that would make other pilots sick. Dr. Felix Arden, a physicist with an obsession for faster-than-light anomalies, and Tech Officer Lion Kor, a genius in AI and adaptive systems. Together, they formed a small but elite group, tasked with investigating the untraceable ship. "This is not just a mission," Ilara told them in the briefing room, the holographic map of the nebula sector glowing between them. "This is a test. A test of our minds, our courage, and our humanity. We are not simply chasing a ship, we are chasing knowledge, and knowledge is power." The team spent hours analyzing sensor data, running simulations, and hypothesizing the ship's purpose. Each attempt to predict its trajectory failed, the unknown vessel always one step ahead. Yet Ilara noticed subtle clues, slight gravitational distortions, faint energy signatures that pulsed in regular intervals, almost like a heartbeat. "It's intelligent," she said. "It's aware of us." One night, as the team worked tirelessly, the Aurora's sensors detected a sudden spike. A point of light appeared on the edge of the nebula sector, moving at incomprehensible speed. Alarms sounded, red lights flashing across the control panels. The unknown ship had returned. Lieutenant Mara Jin's voice broke the tension. "I can't believe it, it's really real." Ilara's mind raced. "Steady, Mara, we've prepared for this. Let's observe carefully. Don't take unnecessary risks." The crew scrambled to launch observation drones, but as soon as the drones approached, the mysterious ship vanished again, leaving behind only a faint distortion in space. The room fell silent. Even Admiral Core, who had seen countless battles, looked uneasy. "This is different," he muttered. "We're not dealing with anything we've faced before. Weapons, fleets, they won't matter." Alara leaned forward, determined. "Then we need something else. Something the Empire has always had. Human ingenuity. We adapt, we learn, we overcome. That is what separates us from everything else in this galaxy." In the following weeks, the Empire's capital received disturbing reports. Colonies in the nebula sector reported strange phenomena. Planets briefly lit by unexplained energy bursts, comets altering their orbits, and strange signals in their communication systems. Fear grew among the civilian population, but so did fascination. The Empire's scholars debated theories. Some claimed the ship was an advanced probe, others a warning, and a few whispered it might be an entirely alien civilization. Alara's team worked relentlessly. They studied physics, energy signatures, and navigation patterns. Slowly, they began to detect faint patterns, a rhythm to the ship's movements. Each appearance was not random. It followed a sequence, almost like a message. "This is incredible," Dr. Felix Arden said, his eyes bright with excitement. "It's leaving a trail, but not for us to see directly. We have to decode it." Alara nodded. "Exactly. It's testing us, but it also gives us a chance. If we understand this, we gain a window into something far beyond our current technology." One evening, as the Aurora orbited a dense star cluster, the unknown ship appeared once more. This time, Alara was ready. Using the team's newly developed predictive algorithms, she launched a stealth drone designed to mimic the ship's speed for short bursts. The drone darted through space, weaving between asteroids and energy fields. For a moment it seemed the unknown vessel might detect it, but then, surprisingly, it slowed, almost as if acknowledging the drone. Alara held her breath. "It's responding." The ship emitted a series of pulses, energy patterns that lit up the sensors in ways the team had never seen. Dr. Arden studied them closely. It's a star map," he whispered, awe in his voice. "And engineering schematics. This is incredible." "Someone or something wants us to see this." Mara Jin grinned. "Well then, I guess humanity's up to the challenge." Alara allowed herself a small smile. Humanity had survived countless dangers, from wars to natural disasters. This was just another unknown, but it was also an opportunity. And she knew deep down that humans could rise to any challenge, no matter how impossible it seemed. By the end of Part 1, the Empire stood at the brink. A mysterious force beyond comprehension had entered human space. Colonies were fearful, fleets were uncertain, and even seasoned leaders doubted what could be done. Yet in the Aurora's command room, Alara Voss and her team prepared for the impossible. They had no weapons that could match the unknown ship, but they had something equally powerful: their minds, courage, and the indomitable spirit of humanity. And for the first time, the shadow ship had made its presence undeniable. The game had begun. The unknown ship had returned. This time, its appearance was closer than ever to the outer edge of the nebula sector. The command station Aurora hummed with tension. Crew members moved quickly, their faces pale but determined. Sensors flickered with data streams, each reading more confusing than the last. No conventional scan could penetrate the ship's shields or its strange energy fields. Commander Alara Voss stood at the observation deck, her eyes fixed on the empty space where the ship had been seconds ago. "It's testing us," she said softly, almost to herself. "And we're going to find out why." Lieutenant Mara Jin adjusted her console, fingers flying over the controls. It appeared out of nowhere again. "It's faster than anything we've ever tracked. If we try to chase it like a normal ship, we'll never catch it." Alara nodded. "Then we don't chase it." We approach differently, carefully, intelligently. Humanity's strength isn't in speed alone, it's in thinking, in adapting. The team gathered for a briefing. Dr. Felix Arden, the physicist, pointed to a holographic map of the nebula sector. The ship's trajectory is strange, he explained. It seems random at first, but there is a rhythm, a pattern we've been missing. Every time it appears, it leaves a faint distortion in space, almost like ripples in water. If we decode them, we might predict its movements. Lion Core, the AI specialist, nodded. I can adjust the stealth drone's algorithms to follow those distortions. It won't be perfect, but it might be close enough to observe the ship directly. Ilara's eyes shone with determination. Then we do it. Launch the drone. And remember, this is observation, not attack. We don't know its intentions yet. The drone was small but advanced, built to mimic the unknown ship's brief bursts of speed. It launched into the void, darting through asteroid fields and gas clouds. The crew held their breath as the drone's cameras transmitted images of the empty sector. Seconds later, a flash of light streaked across the screen. The ship had appeared again, sleek, dark, and moving like a shadow across the stars. It's incredible, Mara whispered. It's like it's alive. Ilara studied the readings. Not alive, intelligent, it's aware of us, and it's curious. The drone approached cautiously. As it neared, the unknown ship slowed, hovering for a moment, almost as if inspecting the tiny craft. Then it did something extraordinary. It emitted pulses of energy in a precise pattern. Lion's AI systems immediately began decoding the signals. "Commander," Lion said, eyes wide, "it's a message. I think it's a star map. And schematics. Engineering designs beyond anything we've seen." Ilara felt a chill. It's offering knowledge, or a challenge. Either way, humanity has never backed down from a challenge. The crew spent hours analyzing the signals. The star map appeared to show an unknown sector, far beyond the Empire's current reach. The engineering schematics suggested propulsion systems that could make ships faster than anything human technology had achieved. Dr. Arden could hardly contain his excitement. This is revolutionary," he said. "If we can understand even part of this, we can leap centuries ahead in technology. Faster travel, stronger shields, perhaps even new energy sources." Ilara nodded, but her mind was already racing. "We cannot rush. The ship is intelligent. It's watching our actions. One wrong move and we could lose this opportunity or provoke it." That night, the team held a discussion about strategy. Mara leaned back in her chair. "So, what exactly do we do? We've seen it, we've recorded the signals, but it's still out there. We can't touch it, can't communicate directly. Are we just chasing shadows?" Ilara shook her head. "No, we are learning. Every appearance teaches us something. Every pattern we decode brings us closer. This is not a simple chase. This is an education, a test of human ingenuity. And humanity has always passed its tests." Dr. Arden spoke up, excitement in his voice. "We should try to match its speed with our prototype engines. Even if we can't fully catch it, we can observe closer. The data will be invaluable." Ilara considered this carefully. "It's risky, but I agree. Humanity is not meant to sit and wait. We adapt, we build, we face the unknown, prepare the prototype craft. We leave at first light." Dawn came with a strange calm over the nebula sector. The Aurora launched the prototype stealth craft, sleek and fast, equipped with adaptive AI and advanced propulsion systems. Mara piloted it, nerves steady, hands sure on the controls. Ilara and Dr. Arden were on board, ready to observe and guide. As they approached the area where the unknown ship had appeared, time seemed to slow. The stars stretched into long lines, and the nebula's colors shimmered around them. Then, suddenly, the ship appeared again. It moved in ways that defied logic, turning sharply, disappearing and reappearing. Mara's hands were steady, following its path with precision. "It's incredible," Mara whispered, eyes wide. "It's testing us or showing off." Ilara studied the readouts. No, it's observing. Waiting, it wants to see what we are capable of. The craft matched the ship's movements as best it could. The unknown vessel slowed slightly as if acknowledging the human attempt to keep up. Then it projected a series of energy patterns, more complex than before. Doctor. Arden's voice trembled as he worked to decode them. It's a code, he said. Instructions almost like a blueprint and a map to unknown regions. This civilization, if that's what it is offering us knowledge, testing our understanding. Alara's heart raced. This is the moment humanity has always waited for. Not just survival, but growth, advancement. We take this seriously. We learn and we adapt. The ship suddenly accelerated, vanishing into hyperspace. The prototype craft followed, using the new propulsion bursts designed from the star map signals. They barely kept pace, and soon the unknown vessel disappeared completely. The team drifted silently, absorbing what had just occurred. No words could capture the awe, the fear, and the exhilaration. Humanity had faced the unknown, and for the first time it had been noticed. Back on the Aurora, the crew debriefed. Admiral Core, who had watched the operation from the station, nodded slowly. This changes everything. We've never encountered anything like it, but humans, you've kept pace. You've adapted, that is our greatest strength. Alara looked at the team, pride in her eyes. We don't know what this ship wants. We don't know who or what built it. But we have learned one thing. Humanity can rise to the challenge. Intelligence, creativity, courage, these are our weapons. Not just guns, not just fleets, but the human mind itself. The council began discussing the implications. Some feared the unknown ship, worried it might attack if provoked. Others saw opportunity. Humanity had been given a glimpse into something far greater than the Empire. And the question now was not whether they could defend themselves. It was whether they could rise to meet the unknown. Days turned into weeks. The team studied the signals, working tirelessly. They built models of the propulsion systems, experimented with small drones that could mimic parts of the unknown ship's movement, and learned to predict its appearances with increasing accuracy. Each time the ship returned, it displayed a new pattern as if guiding them, challenging them. The humans adapted, improving their craft and understanding. Slowly, the impossible began to feel achievable. Alara observed it all with a quiet determination. Humanity had survived countless wars, navigated deadly space storms, and colonized hostile worlds. Now they faced an entirely new challenge, intelligence beyond their own, a test not of firepower but of mind and spirit. And she knew, deep in her heart, that humans would not fail. By the end of Part 2, the Empire was still uncertain, and the mysterious ship remained a puzzle. But humanity had taken its first real steps toward understanding, proving once again that when faced with the unknown, human courage, ingenuity, and adaptability could shine brightest. The game was far from over. The shadow ship had set the stage, and humanity had begun to rise to the challenge. The future held danger, but also unprecedented opportunity. And for the first time, humans were not just observers of the galaxy. They were players in a game that had only just begun. The nebula sector was alive with anticipation. After weeks of tracking, observing, and decoding the unknown ship's signals, Commander Alara Voss and her team had made a breakthrough. Humanity had begun to understand the patterns, the messages, and even the technology hinted at by the mysterious vessel. The Empire's council gathered once again, but this time the mood was different. Fear still lingered, but awe had replaced some of the uncertainty. Scientists, engineers, and fleet commanders crowded into the council chamber, watching as Alara presented the decoded schematics. "This is unlike anything we've ever encountered," she said, pointing at the holographic projection. "The ship is far older and more advanced than anything in the Empire. It has given us knowledge, a challenge, and we have proven ourselves capable of understanding it." Admiral Core, sitting quietly, nodded. "It is risky, Commander, but humans have always thrived on risk. This could change the balance of power across the galaxy or open doors we have never imagined." Dr. Felix Arden, unable to contain his excitement, leaned forward. "The propulsion system, the energy matrix, it's revolutionary. If we implement even a fraction of this technology, our ships could travel farther, faster, and safer than ever before. We could reach sectors untouched by any human presence." Alara's gaze swept over the council. "Exactly, but this is more than technology. It's a test of humanity itself. The unknown ship wants to see what we are capable of, and we've begun to show it." The team returned to the Aurora, working day and night to integrate the insights they had gained. Engineers experimented with adaptive shields, propulsion systems, and energy converters, while pilots like Lieutenant Mara Jin trained with prototype craft designed to mimic the unknown ship's agility. Mara often joked to keep spirits high. "If this ship is testing us, it's going to get a show it won't forget." Alara smiled but reminded the team, "Remember, Mara, this is about learning, not showing off. We must prove humanity's intelligence and patience, not just our courage." Weeks of relentless effort finally led to a breakthrough. The team successfully built a new ship, a hybrid craft incorporating human design and hints from the unknown vessel's schematics. Its speed, agility, and energy systems exceeded anything in the Empire's fleet. Alara stood on the deck of the new craft, watching the stars ahead. "This is humanity's leap, not into war but into understanding. Our knowledge, our courage, our creativity, these are our true strengths." Mara grinned, strapping herself into the pilot's chair. "Then let's see if the shadow ship approves of us." The ship launched into the nebula sector, moving faster than any human vessel before it. Sensors immediately detected the familiar distortions in space, the signature of the unknown ship. It appeared again, sleek and dark, moving like liquid shadows across the stars. This time the humans were ready. The new craft matched its movements more closely than ever. For the first time, the unknown ship slowed and hovered, observing. Energy pulses lit the sensors, and Dr. Arden's voice was full of excitement as he decoded them. "It's communicating, not just star maps or schematics. This is a direct message. I can't fully understand it, but it seems approving." Alara felt a surge of pride. "We've done it. Humanity has risen to the challenge. Now we must respond in kind, through observation, intelligence, and ingenuity." The unknown ship suddenly moved closer, its form reflecting starlight in patterns almost like symbols. Mara maneuvered carefully, mimicking its movements as best she could. Slowly, cautiously, the two ships began to interact, not in words but in motion, signals, and subtle gestures of understanding. Back at the Aurora, the team monitored every moment. Lion Core's AI systems analyzed the interactions, translating patterns into data. "Commander," Lion said, "I believe the ship is acknowledging our progress. It has observed our learning and our adaptability. It recognizes that humanity can meet challenges, even when the odds are impossible." Alara allowed herself a small smile. "Then we have done what humans always do. We survive, we adapt, and we rise." Admiral Core added, "This is a historic moment. Not a battle, not a victory of force, but a triumph of intelligence, courage, and creativity. Humanity has proven itself worthy of the galaxy's mysteries." As the hours passed, the unknown ship did something unexpected. It projected a series of energy pulses in the form of a path, a route leading far beyond the nebula sector. It was as if it were offering humanity the opportunity to explore unknown regions safely, using the knowledge it had provided. Dr. Arden's voice shook with excitement. "This is a gift, a chance to expand, to explore, to learn things no one else has seen." Alara nodded. "And it is a responsibility. Knowledge comes with duty. We must proceed carefully but boldly. Humanity has always been at its best when facing the unknown." The Empire's council convened once more. Representatives from across the galaxy listened as Alara presented the findings and the new ship's capabilities. "We are on the brink of a new era," she said. "We have not conquered the unknown, we have learned from it. And we will continue to do so, not through fear, but through understanding, courage, and intelligence." There were murmurs of agreement and awe. Even the skeptics had to admit the truth. Humans had faced a force far beyond comprehension and had adapted. They had survived, learned, and begun to match what had once seemed impossible. The weeks that followed were filled with exploration. Humanity moved into sectors previously uncharted, using the patterns and schematics provided by the unknown ship. Fleets moved cautiously, guided by the knowledge gained, and colonies sent teams of scientists and explorers into regions that had once seemed unreachable. Mara often laughed during training runs with the new craft. "I never thought I'd be flying a ship like this." "And that shadow ship, it's like our coach, silently watching." Alara responded with a thoughtful smile. "We are learning from it, yes. But the true lesson is this. No matter how advanced or mysterious the universe may be, human courage, intelligence, and determination are forces that cannot be underestimated." One day, the unknown ship appeared again, not as a threat, but as an observer. It projected a series of energy pulses, almost like applause. The humans had reached a milestone. They had proven their capability, their ingenuity, and their spirit. For the first time, the ship moved past the nebula sector without disappearing, moving slowly alongside human craft as if acknowledging their progress. Alara's heart swelled with pride. This is what humanity has always been about. We don't just survive, we rise, we explore. We adapt, and in the face of the unknown, we find strength. Dr. Arden added quietly, "It's more than technology, it's respect. This ship, it respects what humans can achieve." Months passed. The Empire had grown stronger, not through weapons or war, but through knowledge and adaptation. Humanity had begun a new era of exploration, guided by the lessons of the unknown ship. Colonies thrived, new trade routes opened, and scientists and explorers ventured farther than ever before. The story of the shadow ship spread across the galaxy, not as a tale of fear, but as a tale of human courage, intelligence, and ingenuity. It became a symbol of what humans could achieve, even when faced with forces far beyond their understanding. Alara Voss stood on the deck of the Aurora, looking at the stars. "We have faced the unknown, and we have grown stronger. Humanity is not just a part of this galaxy, we are shaping it. We are proving once again that no challenge is too great, no mystery too deep for the human spirit." The unknown ship eventually disappeared, retreating into uncharted space, but its legacy remained. Humanity had risen to the challenge, learned from the unknown, and expanded its reach in ways that would echo for generations. The Empire had survived the brink, not through fear or force, but through courage, intelligence, and ingenuity. In the vast silence of space, the message was clear. The galaxy had a new power to respect. Humans were no longer just survivors. They were explorers, thinkers, and pioneers, and humanity's leap had only just begun. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, filled with mysteries waiting to be understood, and the humans, guided by courage and intellect, would face them all.